So my instant kind of like reaction internally when you're like, everybody should sing, I'm like, and I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that do the same, but why is it important that we all sing?
I think it's a human thing. I think honestly, one of the most important things about music is, well, two things that are important about music that I think come from the voice. One is phrasing, and one is storytelling and communication. I guess that the third would be melody. I mean, it's funny because when I started bass playing, I didn't know how to do this or this, but I knew how to go. And so a lot of it was me just standing and pretending to be a bass player. I was a bass player in my mind, but if I sang it out, you know, you find the notes. And still now as a bass player, I'm always ahead of myself with my mouth. Everything is singing for me. Every instrument is singing. It's just an extension of the voice. And I think what that does is it makes it sound like me when I'm playing, actually. If I play like it's separate from my voice, if I stop the inner voice in my head and I just play notes, then it starts to sound like notes. You know, but if I go, it doesn't even matter if I'm playing the right notes. I could be playing round notes, but it feels good, doesn't it? Because it's like there's something behind that bass line which is internal to me and my voice and my body. Honestly, it's my body that makes that bass line feel good. And if I separate the bass line from that, I mean, I could play all notes in the right place and it doesn't move you at all. But if I go, I mean, I just start doing this on the bass, just playing the drums. And suddenly I'm doing the whole music is coming out through the bass. It's not just the bass notes. So for me, the one thing that unlocks that particular feeling is the voice and learning how to talk and speak these lines. It doesn't mean you have to go, no, and be a great vibrato singer, anything like that. It just means basically being a singer is just being comfortable speaking music, you know.
It's kind of vocalization, right?
It's kind of vocalization, yeah, honestly. And I mean, singing's like everything else. You know, I'm not the world's greatest singer. You know, if it was me and Beyonce on stage, I mean, there's one clear winner, and it's not Jacob. But as far as music is concerned, you know, I know what voices can do. I increasingly love what other people's voices can do that aren't mine. But I think that there's something profound about the fact that everyone has a voice, and everyone's voice is actually just different from everyone else's voice. And a lot of people ask me, "Hey, Jacob, you know, how do I find my own sound? You know, as a musician, how do I really make music that sounds like me?" And my first and most obvious answer, besides do the things that you like, is sing. Because if you sing as part of your music, no one sounds like you. It's absolutely effortless, you know. And early on for me as a recording artist, I sang loads of stuff. I would sing the keyboard parts, the harmony, the chords. I would sing the horn lines. I would sing the bass parts. I would sing parts to the drums in, and I would leave it in the record. And, you know, it might not sound as professional.
Oh, did you actually leave it in the record? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I remember when I wrote my first songs, you know, playing these chords on the keyboard, and I would double every note of the chord with my voice. And what that does is it makes it sound like me, you know, and you know, after a while, you know, I fall in love with the idea of arranging for voices. But it all started with thinking, well, I like the idea that the voice is just, no one's going to sound like my voice other than me, even if they tried, because they have a different voice from me. You know, my voice is not superior to other people's, but it's mine. And so I like the idea of using it. And, you know, I don't mean to say everyone has to record themselves singing, you know, warbling over whatever, but I would say in general, vocalizing, singing, talking, explaining, expressing with the voice is a hugely healthy thing to do as a musician.
Why the buzz suddenly up here every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be so very close to you.
instant benefits would like a bass player or a guitar player or other instruments? What instant benefits would they get by putting part of their time into learning, basic piano skills and
context? Really, it's context, and it's not about theory per se. It's not about saying like, oh, I know that that's an A7 sharp 11 chord and that I play this scale, or it's not about that. It's about feeling chords. It's about saying if I'm It's knowing how that note that you are is connected to what is going on around you, and triads as well. I mean, I used to be really interested in cluster chords and scales, and now I'm just obsessed with triads. And I sit all day long playing triads. Over quarantine, my passion project was learning all the national anthems of the world. I've learned 25, and so you sit and you say, like Poland, right? It's just triads. And if you can do that, then you can go, you can go, you can do whatever you want. But because for me, having the triads, and if I can visualize those voices moving, then it helps every instrument I play. It helps me feel that on the bass, I know where I am in the chord. It helps me hear my way through. And I used to listen to sounds like this, and I think, wow, that's an amazing sound. I don't know what the hell it's called. I don't know what that sound is. I like it. The important thing, of course, is that I liked it, not that I understood it. But I love understanding it. I love knowing that that is an E and a B and an A chord at the same time, because that means as a bass player I can go and I can get around it. So really it's about freeing your ears up, and it's not about being a virtuoso, but geography. I mean, it's
kind of like seeing the full picture, isn't it?
Seeing the whole picture, exactly.
Hey, I just want to say a massive thanks for watching that video. Now, if you want to watch the entire video with Jacob, it's over an hour long. He gets into a bunch of amazing stuff all about the bass. If you want to check that out, the link is in the description below. Just click that, it'll take you over to the page and you can watch it there. It's totally free to view. And if you are trying to level your skills up on the bass, you will also find a ton of free resources and lessons over on the website as well. So with that said, take it easy, click that link in the description, and I'll see you in the shed.